In this video, we will see how to install Oracle Express Edition. Here in my desktop, you can identify that Oracle XE Express Edition. Install this application as a administrative with privileges. Select that installation steps. The installation will proceeding. So here, click on the next and accept with the license agreement and select the path where we are installing. Already the path is established with the C under the C drive, Oracle exe folder. Okay. Just click on the next. No need to change anything. And click on as if anything is a port number if it is occurred. So then select the port number. And here I am maintaining the admin privilege password is admin. So myself I am creating a password is admin. To connect with the Oracle 10G Express Edition, here the users you can identify here it is SYS or system. So these are the administrative user accounts. For these both administrative user accounts, the password here I'm used as an admin. So that is a user defined. You can use your own password also. Click on the next and then click on the install. During the installation procedure, it will ask for the .NET framework related installation. Actually, you don't need all these installation frameworks. Just to simply skip that installation related any Windows occurred. Already said during the installation for framework, it will ask the .NET framework related extensions. No need, simply skip this installation. Whatever the Windows that is edited, skip all the installations. Then automatically your installation of Oracle 10G Express Edition will proceed. It will take nearly 1 minute, 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes of the time. Now the installation process was completed. After that installation process is completed, click on the finish. Then Oracle database related homepage will open to you. So you can run that Oracle in the browser itself also or using console also. You have the two possibilities. So here minimize the window. You can see that installation was finished. Click on that to finish one. Here Oracle XE related database homepage will be open to you in the browser itself. By default it will open to you. Here the port number I use that 8081. You can cross check in the address bar also. So this is the localhost machine 127.0.0.1 colon followed by 8081 port number followed by APX application executable file. Here the username is a system and the password for this one is here at the installation procedure. I use that admin. Use that password. Whatever the password that we mentioned at the installation procedure, use that password. So then you are connected to the database administrator. In this page, you can identify that in the top left hand side Oracle Database Express Edition and the user that we connected is the system. For the user credential related login as well as the logout also we have. So in the right hand side, you can identify that logout. So this is the one way of connecting. To work with that any SQL commands, click on the SQL and then click on the SQL commands, and here you have to type that query and then run the button. So here in the right hand side you can identify that run button, and then whatever the queries that you have previously executed, all the queries related information that you can save by using a save command. This is the one way. The another way is click on the start button, type SQL. So then you can identify that run SQL command line prompt. Just select that one, and here you have to use the commands called connect to connect with the database called system. System is the database administrator. Connect a space system followed by password. Here the password here I mentioned is admin, and then semicolon followed by press enter. So then it is connected to the database. To verify which user that we have, use that command called show user. So here you can identify that in the background we have the Oracle database homepage with the browser, graphical user interface connection establishment we have, parallelly console application also we have. So we can connect to the database by using two different ways. So now we'll work on the console based command base. So this is the one way of connecting to the database. The another way of connecting to the database is, once again I will open with another command prompt of SQL. One way of connection establishment is connect a space username slash followed by password. The another way is connect a space username, provide that username only, and then press enter. It will ask that password, provide that password, whatever the password that we mentioned. So here I am giving the wrong password. Once again I am giving the correct password. This is the one way. So use the command called connect space system on username. Another category of connecting to the database is, once again go to the start button, click on the SQL. So this is the third window. So here I use that only connect only. I don't want to mention that username and then password. Simply press enter. So the system will ask you that enter the username. So here I am providing that username and then password. So these are the three possible ways to connect to the database. So now we will work on with the how to create a user account, user credentials, how we can connect to the database. That's we will see in both the cases. Further, here I'm ending two windows only. Okay, so one I have considered as a database administrator. So you can see my screen is divided into two SQL prompts. Yeah, see here. So already the system by default it is connected. In both the cases it is connected to the database administrator only. Okay, so otherwise whatever the database administrator that we have, one administrator is account was closed and open with a fresh database, fresh SQL console. You can identify that server is at the left hand side and the user account is at the right hand side. Okay, here we user creation we will see. To create a user in the database, the syntax for this one is create user username. Here I am using that username is, for example, John is my username. Create user username identified by the user password. Here I am using a John123 for example. Now the user account was created. So this is as administrative privileges. With the administrative privileges, here I created a user called John with a password John123. Now the same manner as a client, I would like to connect to the same user account. Connect John and then password of John is John123. Now the user is not in a position to connect to the database because of John has not having a section privileges. So here the user is lagging with the connection establishment related. So here at the administrator level, as a system database administrator level, we created the user and we have not yet mentioned that whether the user authenticated related privileges or priorities. Okay, to provide all this one at the administrative level, you have to use a command called grant connect to. Connect is a one privilege name. Grant connect to which user that we are providing a privileges. So that username that you have to mention. Now the permission was given to that particular user to connect to connection establishment related privilege. Once again, at the client side, here user side, client is nothing but user. In the user side, here I am trying to be connect with the same username and then password. Now the user was connected. So in this way we can give that user credential related. To drop a user, at the administrator level, we have to use a command called drop user username. Drop user username. Cannot drop a user that is currently connected. To drop, that means that when we are trying to be deleting a user from the administrator level, once already the user was already connected to the database, first we have to be disconnect the connection. So you have to use that either exit or close that window prompt. So client window is closed. So now once again we are using the drop user username, then the user was dropped. So even though when I'm trying to be connect to the database, here connect John, and then John password is John123, then the user account was not as available. So that means that invalid username or password. So like that we can create a user, we can give the privileges, and we can delete the privileges. And one more is get backing of the privileges. Already the user account was deleted, so once again we can create a user and we can give the privileges. To give the privileges, grant, so connect, not only connect, here I'm using that resource is also one of the privileges. So the resource is the one of the privileges. That means that as a database administrator, whatever the privileges that we have, all the privileges are given to the particular user. Grant space privilege name, privilege 1, privilege 2, privilege 3, all the privileges of the privileges to which user that we are providing the privileges. So now we have given the privileges to the connection establishment related connect comma resource to John. Now once again at the client side, so once again I will make the screen into off part. So here I am using that connect John comma the password of John is John123. Now the connection is established. John is connected to the database. To get back the already the privilege given to the user is connect comma resource is the two privileges we have given to the user called John. To remove these privileges from the user account, we have to use the privilege is called as a revoke. Revoke is the get backing of the privileges from the particular user. Revoke privilege is nothing but, for example, I would like to retrieve all the privileges, connect comma resource. So when we are giving the privileges, we have to use that command called we have to use the keyword called pivot. When we are get backing the privileges, then you have to use that from John we are getting the privileges. Now the revoke was successful, even though when we are trying to be connect to the database of John. So here it shows that the John is not having a sufficient privileges. In this way we can create a user, we can give the privileges, we can get back the privileges, and we can delete the user from the database administrator level also. To delete the user from the database, then we have to use the drop user username. The username is called as a John. Now the user was deleted from the database. These are the ways of creating a user account, giving the privileges, get back the privileges, and deleting a user from the database administrator. So now we will see some sample SQL commands. So now I'm connecting to the database administrator only. So I'm maximizing the screen. To verify in the database administrator level, to verify which user that we have connected, not only the database administrator level, to any user account, using the console application, to verify which user that we have connected, we have to use a command called show user. Show user tells about the presently which user that we have connected. To verify the default table space related tables, views, triggers, cursors in the particular user account, select is used to retrieval of information. Select star from tab. Star tells about all the each and everything in that table space. Tab is nothing but table space available in that particular user credit login. Select star from tab, that tells about that in that particular user login, whatever we have, all that information that is available to you. For example, to create a table in the database, you have to use the syntax called create table. Here I am using the table name called person. The person contains only two fields, person name. Person name, here I am stressing that character data type of 10 characters. So when we are creating a table, you have to use the syntax called create table, table name. The table name is a person. In that person table, we have two columns, person name and then person age. I am considering age is a number format of data and two digits of data that I am considering. So name is one column, age is another column. Name is having a data type called character format of data, having or allowed 10 characters. Age is also another format of data, another attribute or another column that is having two digits of the number. So like that we can create a table. Now the table was created. To insert a values into that particular table, we have to use a command called insert into table name called person values. Insert into, the syntax for inserting a values into a table is called insert into table name values open parenthesis and provide each and every value. So here we have the two attributes that we have. We have to provide two values, person name and person age. Whenever the character data is occurred, that must and should be represented within the single quotes. For example, here I am using that one of the username called Ramu and they are having a value called 20 years of age. So this is the one way of creating a record. After creating a record, to retrieve that table information, then select star from table name. Select star from table name. What is the table name called? Person. Here we have one record that we have. Ramu is a name and age is a 20. The another style of creating an insertion into a table called insert into values. Instead of passing a values at the statement itself, through console, if you are going to pass, you have to use that an ampersand that tells about the address values from the console. Ampersand and then followed by attribute name, close the single quote, and then ampersand the second column or second attribute. If you run this attribute, then the console at the prompt will ask you that enter the values of name. The enter name, here I am using that Ramesh and age of 25 years. Insert into. So here we missed that the syntax, we missed that statement called or the term called table name. To which table that we have to be inserted, that we missed. Once again I am re-executing the same query. Insert into table name person values. So it will ask you that Ramesh and the age of 25 years. Now the values of Ramesh was inserted into the database. To retrieve the table values, then you have to use that select star from table name person. We have one record called Ramu, another record is Ramesh. The third style of inserting a values into a table is called mentioning the attribute names. Insert into table name. After table name, open the parenthesis and mention the attribute names. Insert into table name and mention that attributes names, but table name followed by attribute name. After that, use the keyword called values. After that values, mention the alias names. For example, here I am using that another particular person name. Here I am using that Rakesh, and the Rakesh is having a 35 years age. This is the one way of inserting a values into a table. To retrieve the table values, we have to use a command called select star from table name. The table name is called person. So now we have the three records. So actually at the table creation I have used that only two attributes, name and age field. If I would like to mention another attribute of surname, then I need to change the structure of a table. To change the structure of a table, then you have to use that alter table, the table name. So So when you are altering a table structure, so that can be done in three possible ways. Either you can add a column or attribute, either you can delete a column or an attribute, or you can modify the column or an attribute. So we have the syntax alter in three different cases. We'll see all these three different cases on here. So now I am going to be adding a column called surname. Alter table table name. Alter table table name. Add. So here I am mentioning that surname. Surname is a character format of data having 10 characters. That means that so I modified the table structure, adding a new column to the table. Okay, to retrieve the table values, select star from table name. What is the table name called? Person. If we run that query, the name field is available, age field is available, but surname we don't have any values, but the field is created. Okay, this is a way of adding a column to a table. Suppose if you don't want, I'm adding one more column instead of surname. So here I'm mentioning that address field. Add address is a student address, a person address. I would like to mention of 50 characters. So because of door number, mandal, or a village, or a city, or a district, or a state. For that, here I mentioned the 50 characters. Now the table is altered. Whether the table is having a field or not, cross check it. So now I don't want that field. Adding a column or adding attribute is done. If you don't want that attribute, then you have to be without deleting or dropping an entire table. So simply removing that column is also possible by using an alter syntax. Alter table. The table name is called person. Drop column. So the column name you have mentioned. Now the address column was drop. Alter table table name. Drop column column name. That means that the address column was removed from the table. That means the table structure was modified. Adding a column, deleting a column. So deleting a column means drop column column name. So once again, if we retrieve the table, that means that only three attributes are available. So actually, what is the length for each field, each attribute? To verify that one, here you have to use that describe table name. So here, so when you use the describe, so the name field is available, age field is available, surname field is available, name is having a character data type of 10 characters, age is having a number format of data 2 characters. So like the description you are identifying. So you are maintaining that surname is a 10 characters. Okay, so I would like to modify that table. Surname is having instead of 10 characters, I need 15 characters. So in that case also you have to use the alter syntax. Alter table. The table name is called person. Modify of surname of character format of data. Suppose if I am using that 15 characters, then instead of 10 characters I modified the table structure with 15 characters. Like that we can add a column, we can delete a column, we can modify the size of a particular attribute or a column in an increasing direction only. And to retrieve the table values, here we have to use that select star from table name. Now the surname is having an empty values. To update the existing table values, here we have to use that another command called update. Update table name. The table name is called person set. Here I would like to maintain the surname is with a character of some j. That means that each and every record in the table is updated with their surname as a j. Update table name set. Sorry. Update table name set. The column name is called surname is updated with a character called j. Suppose if you are going to be retrieve the table values, select star from table name. All the tables are all in the table, all the three records are updated with j. Suppose if you are going to be update a particular record, then you have to use that update table name set surname. Here I would like to update surname as B, where whose name here I would like to consider as a Ramu. Only for Ramu, those records. Suppose if you represent a where clause, that clause record or the condition related whatever the records that we have, that records only the surname is replaced with B. So here update, cross check with the spelling. Yeah, one row is updated. So to retrieve the table values, the Ramu is updated with a B value and the remaining rest of them is updated with a J value. So like that we can create a table, we can change the structure of a table, we can update the values of a particular table, and to retrieve a particular values, for example I would like to print only particular name, instead of star here you have to use that select name from table name. The table name is called person, only particular column name is going to be printing. It's only printing style only. Instead of name I would like to print a name and then age, only these two attributes, whatever the attributes name that we mentioned, that attributes only will be printed. So like that, if you want all the attributes, then you have to use that star, select star from table name. So these are the possible cases of creating, alter, update and then select. To delete a particular record, then we have to use the command called delete from table name. So that means that all the three records will be removed. Suppose if you are going to be delete a particular record, then you have to apply that where clause. So now I would like to insert the same records. For example, I am trying to be inserting a already what we have run previously. So here we have run the Rakesh, one record we have inserted. So after the deletion of all the values from the table, then the table contains only Rakesh only. To run that previous query once again, of already insertion is over, so one time, two times insertion over. If you would like to run the same query once again, then slash. That means that 3 times I run the previous queries. Suppose if we retrieve the table values, totally we have 5 records of the same values. To delete a particular record, then you have to apply that where clause. So delete operation that can be done in 2 different ways. That's I will tell you. First of all, I would like to update the surnames. Okay, update table name called person set. The surname set I would like to update. The surname set here I consider as a B. All the 5 rows are updated. Okay, and one of the surname whose surname where all are having the same duplicated data. So if you apply where clause also, all the records will be all the records having the same updations. For example, if you apply that age is 35, that means that whose record that I'm going to be updating 35, whose age is 35. 35 related person related surname is treated as a B. Already all are having a same 35. In such case, we can get all 5 records are updated. For example, so here I am using that ABC is a surname. Retrieve the table values, all are having the same. So in such cases, to delete a particular record only, in such case you have to identify the row ID. So to identify the row ID, select the row ID from table name. So this is the row ID that is generated for each and every record whenever we have inserted in the table. To delete a particular record, then you have to use that command called delete from table name called person, where row ID is equivalent within the single quote. Suppose you would like to delete a particular second record only, then copy that row ID field and then paste here and then close that single quotation. That means that only particular record only deleted from the table. Suppose if you are going to use that instead of a row where clause, if I use that delete command, delete from table, that means that all the records in my table, whatever we have, all the values will be removed from the table. So now we don't have the scope to retrieve that values. So these are the possible ways of delete a table. Suppose if you don't want the table permanently, then you have to use that command called drop table name. Now the table was dropped. To retrieve the table values, once again, the table or the view does not exist, the error will be occurred. If any transaction related the values that will be permanently work on the database, it will reflect on the database, then you have to use that command called commit. So whenever you are using a commit means all the transaction related, all the actions that are permanently reflected on the database. So these are the basic SQL commands. So thank you for watching.